So, the reason I am standing here in this room with a keyboard, a half-finished guitar, a big basket of broken drumsticks, pile of old and or broken heads, a MIDI keyboard, a glockenspiel, and my brother's drum set is because, you guessed it, I'm going to be fixing this bass. So this bass belongs to one of my good friends. His bass is broken because, as you can see here, the string came off. So I'm just gonna put it back in and that's it. So actually, what the real problem is, the low B string actually came off the 5 string because there's a crack in here. And so this thing will not stay in place and will not hold tension very well without this cracking more. So I've never done a build like this before. Thankfully, he is letting me take a look at it and possibly fix it. If I destroy this bass, oops. But anyways, my plan is to get rid of this chunk right here, then I'm going to wood glue it back together. So it shouldn't be that bad. That's pretty much it. Let's get to it. Let's see how I can do this. Need a wrench. Hey, yo, buddy, got a wrench? Let's see what we got. A very disorganized toolkit. This is really good. Nope. I gotta clean my workspace. Found a wrench. Whoa, that is much worse than wow. Just, bro, what did you do to this bass? That is a much worse break than I anticipated. But thankfully, it is so clean that the work might actually be cut out for me. So hopefully this won't take too long. Anyways, let's get this off for good. Okay, yep, that was easy. So I needed to get the headstock to stay upright so that I could apply the glue here and have it sit flush overnight without tipping over or falling off. I've got a really complicated setup. I'm using a box. Yep, that's about it. Okay, so the hardest thing was figuring out how I was gonna clamp all this together so that it could stay in place. So I tried laying it just like this and then just clamping it with this large clamp right here, but there was nothing sturdy for it to clamp to. So I had some smaller clamps. It's gonna help keep this chunk of wood nice and straight along with the rest of the neck. And this large one is going to clamp the top along to this little piece of wood that I put under here for support. And that's going to hold it all together. So now that I know what I'm doing, time to glue. Okay, so now we wait. We are now back. Yes, it has been a full 24 hours. The glue hopefully is cured. Let's see how this thing is holding up. Applied, feels very flush this way. Looks pretty good on top as well. There is some spots where some excess glue has leaked out, like right here. And then in the back, it looks like it's not perfectly flush right here. That's nothing that a little bit of good sanding cannot fix. So I'm gonna take off the rest of these strings. I'm gonna get to some sanding. So I took off the clamps, as you saw. It is dried. It's not the most perfect job. There were a couple spots where there was some wood glue leaking out, and then I don't think it's perfectly in the exact same spot as it was, but it's super close and it should be able to work again. But just to make it nice and smooth, I went ahead and sanded it down. You can still sort of faintly see where the two pieces meet. If I were to do this in the future, I'd probably find a different way to clamp this such that these could be as flush as possible. But considering I've never done this before, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And plus, once you put strings and the machine heads back on this, I doubt you'll be able to notice that as much. Same thing with the back. The back looks about very similar. Right here is, I think, where the crack shows the most. So that would be another point of interest if I do this again. The toughest part is the fact that the headstock is not flat. That was the hardest part about this whole project. If I can do anything about this piece, I'll try to. But if not, I think we'll be finished up here. Last step, while I've got his bass, I'm going to go ahead and polish the fretboard with some Dunlop 65 lemon oil, and then I'm going to restring it with some brand new Diodario chromes. It sounds like just a meh. It's really weak and not sturdy. That's funny.